United Arab Emirates, days before US President Donald Trump is due to visit the Gulf state. US Chief Negotiator Steve Witkoff and Iranian Foreign Minister Araghchi met for 3 hours in the Omani capital for the fourth round of negotiations since April the 2nd. Meanwhile, the US said it was encouraged by talks with Iran after a meeting in Oman, but the two sides remain divided on key questions, including whether Tehran will be allowed to enrich its own uranium. Iran insists its nuclear activities are entirely peaceful and that it will never seek to develop or acquire nuclear weapons. The Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has said that United States calls to dismantle nuclear facilities is unacceptable and that it does not seek nuclear weapons. Listen in.
در حقیقت جمهوری اسلامی ایران دنبال سلاح هسته‌ای نی. اینا هم گفتن که میخوام مطمئن بشن که ما به سلاح هسته‌ای نمیخوایم دست پیدا کنیم. ما با تمام وجود آماده بودیم، ولی اینکه بیان و اعلام بکنن که ما در حقیقت بحث صلح‌آمیز بودن تحقیقات در انرژی هسته‌ای رو کنار خواهیم گذاشت و بعد اینا.
Staying in the region once again, Hamas says it will release Israeli-American hostage Eden Alexander, who is believed to be the last living captive with US nationality in Gaza, as a part of its efforts to reach a ceasefire agreement. The decision comes ahead of President Donald Trump's visit to the Middle East on Tuesday. Hamas said it would also intend to facilitate a deal for the entry of humanitarian aid into Gaza. Gaza has been under an Israeli blockade for 70 days now. Donald Trump celebrated the announcement of Eden's release. He said in a Truth Social post that it's a monumental breakthrough. The Israeli Prime Minister's office has said that it has been informed by the US of the Hamas intention to release Alexander as a gesture towards the Americans, and that the move was expected to lead the negotiations on further hostages. Born in Tel Aviv but raised in New Jersey, 21-year-old Alexander was serving in an elite infantry unit on the border with Gaza when he was captured by Hamas terrorists during the October 7th attack. Of the 251 hostages taken during Hamas's 2023 attack, 59 remain in the enclave, up to 24 of whom are believed to be alive still. 5 of the hostages in Gaza are believed to be US citizens, and Alexander was thought to be the only one remaining still alive. In a related development, Israeli airstrikes killed at least 12 people in Gaza, according to the territory's civil defense agency. Most of the victims were in the southern city of Khan Yunis. Spokesman Mahmoud Basal has said that Israeli jets hit 3 tents sheltering displaced families. Along with the dead were 4 children, aged 2 to 5 and 2 women, according to some reports. Footage showed rescuers pulling a wounded baby from the rubble as well. 3 more people died in a separate strike on Khan Yunis. 1 civilian was killed and 3 others were injured in Gaza City also. The Israeli military has not confirmed the details but said its air force struck over 50 targets across Gaza. 5 houses were also reportedly destroyed using explosives. The death toll in Gaza continues to climb as airstrikes show no sign of slowing down. Now we move over to Europe, where UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer will unveil a landmark immigration policy aimed at drastically cutting migration numbers amid a surge in support for anti-immigration parties. Starmer vows to end what he calls Britain's failed experiment in open borders, which saw migration rise to 1 million a year. Downing Street confirmed that the new plan will make it harder to qualify for settlement and citizenship, extending the required stay from 5 to 10 years. The government will also toughen English language rules, requiring all adult dependents to demonstrate basic proficiency. Starmer said he's keeping his promise to restore control and cut migration, adding that he's delivering through tough measures. The immigration white paper will be presented to Parliament later today by Interior Minister Yvette Cooper, who said the plan will include new powers to deport foreign nationals convicted of any offence, not just those given prison sentences over a year. The government will also target lower skilled migration. Low visa rules will raise the threshold for skilled worker visas, requiring foreign workers to hold a degree. Cooper announced a target to cut 50,000 lower skilled worker visas this year alone. High-skilled workers, including nurses, doctors, engineers, and AI experts, will be fast-tracked under the new policy. The government faces growing pressure to address illegal channel crossings, with over 36,800 migrants arriving last year. This year, at least 84 people have died during the perilous journey across the English Channel, including 14 children, according to the Missing Migrants Project. In other news, the Trump administration plans to accept a luxury Boeing 747-8 jet as a gift from the Qatari royal family, sources have confirmed. The aircraft, worth nearly $400 million, is set to temporarily serve as Air Force One before being donated to US President Donald Trump's presidential library after he leaves office. Trump appeared to confirm the plan on his social media platform Truth Social, defending the move as a free and transparent deal while accusing Democrats of politicizing the issue. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer slammed the proposal, calling it premium foreign influence with extra legroom. Good governance groups and Democrats have raised alarms, calling the gift unethical and potentially unconstitutional. The White House remains that the gift would be handled legally, with Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt stressing that any gift from a foreign government is accepted in full compliance with US law. Qatari officials told that no final decision has been made on the transfer. Trump previously toured the Qatari-owned jet in February while it was parked near his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. Trump is expected to visit Qatar later this week, though officials confirm the plane will not be presented or accepted during that trip. Well, that's all we have time for. We will continue to bring you more news updates from around the world.